Welcome back to the Iconical Files, where we uncover the truths that have been buried beneath centuries of misinformation and secrecy. In our last episode, we explored the possibility that the world we know is only a fraction of a much larger reality, one that has been deliberately concealed by governments and religious institutions. We discussed hidden landmasses, lost civilizations, and an ancient war that continues behind the scenes. But tonight, we take this investigation a step further. What if the suppression of our history goes beyond geography and lost territories? What if entire lineages of ancient beings have been systematically erased from mainstream narratives? What if blue-skinned beings, once regarded as gods, rulers, and mystical figures, were not metaphors, but biological entities that lived alongside early humans? In part 2, we get into the blue-skinned gods and their lost legacy. So follow for more, and stay tuned for part 2 of episode 3 of the Iconical Files. Welcome back to the Iconical Files presents The Blue Skin Hypothesis, episode 3, part 2. Let's pick up right where we left off in part 1, the blue-skinned gods and their lost legacy. Across multiple cultures, powerful beings are depicted with blue skin. Hindu mythology reveres Krishna and Vishnu, both described as having blue skin, a trait that has long been attributed to their divinity. But what if their blue skin wasn't symbolic of something divine, but instead a real genetic feature that separated them from ordinary humans? In Egyptian mythology, Osiris, the god of the afterlife, resurrection, and knowledge, is similarly portrayed with blue skin. Could he have belonged to a distinct bloodline, one whose wisdom and power made them targets for suppression? Ancient Native American legends also speak of blue-skinned ancestors, often described as wise, mysterious figures who guided their tribes. Unlike the well-documented histories of red and brown-skinned native peoples, these blue-skinned figures remain obscured, passed down only through whispers and fragmented stories. And then there's much more, the Norse trickster god, Loki. So stay with us for episode 3, part 3, Loki and the Stolen Bloodline. Welcome back to the Iconical Files presents The Blue Skin Hypothesis, episode 3. This is part 3 of our journey, and there's still much more, but for now, let's get back to it. While Loki is widely portrayed as a shapeshifter, the truth behind his origins suggests something entirely different. Loki was born among the Jotnar, the frost giants who were described as having blue skin. But he was taken from his people and raised among the Aesir, led by Odin himself. What's rarely discussed is the fact that Loki's skin color was altered. Unlike the other Jotnar, Loki blended in with the Aesir, his blue complexion erased, perhaps chemically, perhaps through ritual, or perhaps through genetic manipulation far ahead of its time. This subtle but critical piece of Norse mythology suggests that Loki's shapeshifting wasn't an ability, but a forced suppression of his true nature. Much like the stories of skinwalkers in Native American traditions, Loki's transformation may not have been supernatural but engineered to erase his connection to an ancient blue-skinned lineage. Stay with us for more. In the next segment, the Iconical Files presents The Blue Skin Hypothesis, episode 3, part 4, Skinwalkers, the Clue to a Forgotten Past. Welcome back, once again, to the Iconical Files presents The Blue Skin Hypothesis, episode 3. This part 4 in our journey. So let's dive in. Modern interpretations depict skinwalkers as terrifying, supernatural beings, humans who supposedly transform into animal-like creatures. But this interpretation may be another layer of misinformation designed to hide a deeper truth. What if skinwalkers were never about shifting between human and animal forms at all? What if they were a distorted memory of blue-skinned individuals being forcibly assimilated, their identities erased through manipulation? The idea that people could change skin may not refer to an ability, but rather a hidden practice. One where certain individuals had their natural features removed, concealed, or altered to blend into society. In part 5, we dive even further into a key factor of our story as we finalize this stop in our adventure, before exploring the science and facts behind this deep and dark conspiracy. Next, methylene blue, the modern tool of erasure. And now, Iconical Files presents The Blue Skin Hypothesis, episode 3, part 5. We have finally made our final stop in this episode, so let us finalize here with no further ado. While ancient legends speak of stolen bloodlines and altered appearances, modern medicine provides a chilling parallel. Methemoglobinemia, type 1, a congenital condition, has been recorded in select Native American tribes, resulting in a natural blue hue in certain individuals. How is this condition treated? With methylene blue, a substance used to return skin color to a standard human tone. This raises the question, has methylene blue been used not just as a medical treatment, but as an assimilation tool? Could certain descendants of blue-skinned beings still exist today, unknowingly carrying genetic markers of their ancestors, only to be corrected by modern medicine without ever questioning why? What happens next? If this theory holds, then the history of blue-skinned beings has been rewritten, hidden, and deliberately suppressed. But the bigger question is, why? Are these beings still among us? Were they systematically erased because of what they knew? Did they possess abilities or knowledge that threatened global control? In the next episode, we go deeper into the cover-up, investigating the possible motives behind the forced erasure of blue-skinned figures and what it could mean for humanity today. Until next time, if you enjoyed these segments, please hit the thumbs up, share, and help us push concepts further here at Until the next episode. This is it at the Iconical Files, where we bring the if to your why. Thanks for watching.